Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to teach you a little bit about a technology tool that I use in my classroom. It's called Plickers. I really enjoy Plickers. It's really simple. It also gives me some baseline data as well as a check for understanding. And also the kids love it. It's almost like a game show for them. So we're actually with this tool going to hit all three of our MLCPA standards where we have technology, we're going to differentiate learning, and checks for understanding. So the first thing you need to do with Plickers, of course, is sign in. It is 100% free. I know that's the best resource for us, free resources. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. I already have my account. Once I have my account up, you can see I already have a lot of questions. I've used this in the past. So these are some of my other classes that I've used. This is my library of questions. If I want to do a check for understanding, I can pull from any of these questions. I can open other folders that have different types of questions. And then I can easily put these into a queue and start a question session with my students. Over here on the right, I have it set up by class periods. We're going to get into that in a little bit. So what's great about Plickers is you can see I have a question here. All these are types of force except for friction, gravity, grab, or push. So I've done this with classes in the past, and it actually holds on to your answers still. So I'll pull this up. As you can see, 17 of the students got it right. That grab is not one of the forces. Push, pull, gravity, friction. And then we have B. They did choose gravity. They were incorrect. But I can see that 94% of my class got this correct. So it's a great way to check, do they have the understanding as well as moving into data. As you can see down here on the bottom, right now it all says guessed. The reason it says guessed is because I did not assign cards to specific students. That is something you can do to get a little bit more data. And I would suggest if you're going to use this all year that you go ahead and assign cards. Now, with our reports, you can get question history, score sheet. This is a new function. I do not have any new data, so this will not pull up anything. But once you start using it, you can pull up data and be able to see how your kids did over the past couple of weeks with checks for understanding. Classes is going to be the next area I'm going to show you. So once you get to classes, you can pull up and make your own classes. You can set as many as you want. You can see I already have first and second period on here as well as a demo class. I put these in here just to show you how it looks. All you have to do is hit add new class. Come in, type in your class. Select your grade. Select a subject. And then you can bookmark it whatever color you would like. Save. And then instantly it's going to pop back up. So I have this right here. At this point, if I want, I can come in and add students' names. I can put my whole roster, and their names will actually get their own card. But for right now, we'll go back. I will go ahead and open up first period because I have put students in there. We have Mr. Dowse, McNary, Miss Ryan, myself, and Miss Black are already in here as period 1. You can see that Mr. Dowse has card 1, McNary 2, 3, 4, and then 5, so on. The cards do have numbers, so when you assign kids numbers, you want to make sure you're doing it consistently. You can do this throughout every single class, but if you do this, as you record your data, the students' names will actually pop up and show you if they got the answers correct or wrong. To give you an example of what that looks like. So when you do a test, this is what it looks like from your end. So this is one of the classes that I did last year. So as you can see, I did it with my laptop. You can do it with the laptop, your iPad, or even your cell phone. You just download the Plickers app, and I've already talked to Mr. Salazar. He already has them ready to go. You would just need to ask for it to be downloaded. Works with Android or Apple products. But in this class, you can see we asked a question. We had their names. You can see that Hador answered C. Chrissy answered A. Brandon's trying to answer, and then we had a new student, and I didn't get their names in there, so you can see it just says 23. And you can also see many students don't have answers yet because they're not holding the card correctly. We'll go over that in the live demonstration, but you can see Chrissy got his wrong, so I'm going to need to work with him over this question. Fedora got his right. I'm good there. It also does a total for you in the corner. It's going to let you know how many people chose each answer. So we'll get back to our main screen. So classes, live view, library. Live view we'll get to in just a minute. Live view is actually the moment when you give your instruction to your students and do the test. With our cards, you can set what type you would like. You can have standard, expanded, large font, card, and then the large cards. I prefer the standard. You get 2 cards per page. So you'll want to print these out. Once again, it's free. Best thing to do is to print it on cardstock or print them off and tape them to a file folder, cut those down to size. Do not laminate these. One problem I've come in contact with is when I laminate them, the gloss and shine messes with the reception of the answers. So what we're going to do is show you what happens when you actually have a live view. So live view is open. Now I have my app on my phone, so I'm going to open up my phone and I pulled up a question. So once I ask this, students will hold their cards up and all I have to do is actually take a picture and it'll start showing all the answers. I can look at it this way and see what students answered what, or I can click a graph and it'll actually give me a live graph representation. On my phone, I can quickly change questions to the next one. If I need to, I can float back and forth. So this is a great way to just quickly get some answers in, get some check for understanding in as well. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how this actually works in person. We're going to do a couple of questions. I'm going to pass out some Plickers cards, go over how you hold these, and then we'll move on from there. Thanks, guys.